Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen, Anderson, Bates, Bell, Berryhill, Block, Canella, De Leon, Fuller, Gaines, Galgiani, Hall, Hancock, Hernandez, Hertzberg, Hill, Hueso, Huff, Jackson, Latta, Leno, Leyva, Liu, McGuire, Mendoza, Mitchell, Monning, Morrell, Wynn, Nilsson, Pan, Pavley, Roth, Stone, Vidak, Wachowski, Wolk.
Colleagues, the Secretary notices we are absent a quorum. It is 5 minutes after 9. This is Thursday morning, session set for 9 a.m. Would all senators please come to the Senate floor for the beginning of session? All senators to the Senate floor now. Thank you. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen, Anderson, Bates, Bell, Berryhill, Block, Canella, De Leon, Fuller, Gaines, Galgiani, Hall, Hancock, Hernandez, Hertzberg, Hill, Hueso, Huff, Jackson, Latta, Leno, Leyva, Liu, McGuire, Mendoza, Mitchell, Monning, Morrell, Wynn, Nilsson, Pan, Pavley, Roth, Stone, Vidak, Wachowski, Wolk.
All right, a quorum is now present. Would the members and our guests be on the rail and in the gallery please rise? We will be led in prayer this morning by our chaplain, Sister Michelle Gorman, after which please remain standing. We will be led in the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag by on-time Senator Bates.
As we center ourselves in God's presence, we pray. Gracious God, in the women of the Hebrew and Christian scriptures, you have given us strong models for life and faith. Sarah laughed at the thought of becoming a mother in her old age. Grant us appreciation for the surprises of your grace. Deborah and Judith were fearless in facing the enemies of their people. Give us courage before whatever threatens us. Ruth proved the value of relationship and fidelity. May we be loyal to our friends and faithful to our commitments. Esther endangered herself for the sake of her people. Give us a share in her integrity and devotion. Miriam danced before the ark. May we be joyful in your presence. Mary Magdalene, known as the apostle to the apostles, was first to testify to the resurrection of Jesus. May we speak our truth in confidence and joy. Phoebe offered sacred and humble service as an emissary to the church in Rome. May we respond to the needs of others, regardless of their status. Priscilla was a teacher and co-worker with Paul. May we offer our gifts for the common good. And Mary, the mother of Jesus, pondered God's mysteries in her heart. May we listen attentively to God's unique call to each of us. And may we find inspiration in the lives of these women. Amen. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Sister. Under privileges of the floor, are there any privileges of the floor? Any privileges of the floor, colleagues? All right, seeing none. Messages from the governor will be deemed read. Messages from the assembly will be deemed read. Reports of committee will be deemed read and amendments adopted. Under motions, resolutions, and notices. Under motions, resolutions, and notices, without objection, the Senate journals for March 9 through March 12, 2015 will be approved as corrected by the minute clerk. Any other motions, resolutions, and notices? Seeing none, under consideration of the daily file, we will skip over governor's appointments at the moment till we have a full house. And we will go to Senate third reading, pass on file. Under Assembly third reading, item 12. Item 12. Senator Bates, do you wish to take up item 12?
Yes, Madam President, and thank you.
Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Concurrent Resolution 11 by Assemblymember Lackey relative to Abraham Lincoln's birthday.
Senator Bates. Members, if we could have your attention, please. We're on file item 12. File item 12. Senator Bates.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise this morning to present Assembly Concurrent Resolution 11, which honored President Abraham Lincoln on his birthday, February 12th, earlier this year. As the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln's accomplishments and legacy as the great emancipator and preserver of our Union are perhaps unsurpassed in the history of our nation. Lincoln's leadership ended the Civil War, restored the Union, and achieved passage of the 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution, seeking to end the practice of slavery in the United States. It is particularly appropriate to recognize Abraham Lincoln, a portrait of whom hangs in place of honor in the California State Assembly chambers, and take the opportunity every year to remember and honor his legacy. I respectfully ask for your aye vote on this important resolution.
Thank you, Senator Bates. Any debate or discussion? Any debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. I. Anderson. Bates.
Aye.
I. Bell. I. Berryhill. I. Block. I. Canella. I. De Leon. I. Fuller. I. Gaines. Galgiani. I. Hall. I. Hancock. Hernandez. I. Hertzberg. I. Hill. I. Hueso. I. Huff. I. Jackson. I. Lada. I. Leno. I. Leba. I. Liu. I. McGuire. I. Mendoza. I. Mitchell. Monning. I. Morrell. I. Wynn. I. Nilsson. I. Pan. I. Pavley. Roth. I. Stone. I. Vidak. I. Wykowski. I. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Please call the absent members.
Anderson. Gaines. I. Hancock. I. Mitchell. I. Pavley.
Ayes 35, no 0. The resolution is adopted. Moving to file item 15. Senator Hall, do you wish to take up file item 15? Pass on file? Pass on file. All right, moving back to file item 1. File item 1, governor's appointments, Senator De Leon. File item 1, colleagues. Senator De Leon.
Thank you, Madam President. Colleagues, file item number 1, two individuals, Adam Day as well as Lillian Kimball, both appointments on behalf of the governor to the trustees of the California State University, that is the CSU system. These appointees were heard in the Rules Committee and passed on a unanimous vote, 5-0, bipartisan vote. There was no opposition, obviously, 5-0. Mr. Day, Mr. Adam Day is a product of the California State University system, a graduate of the San Diego State University Aztecs, and has served as the Chief Administrative Officer as well as Tribal Manager for the Sycuan Band of the Kumeyaay Nation for the past 13 years. His father also, by the way, was the former president of San Diego State University. Ms. Kimball is a first-generation college student who received her JD law degree from UCLA School of Law. She currently serves as a legal counsel for a media group. Both of these candidates are committed to ensure that the CSU system remains at the forefront in providing excellent academic education, meeting our workforce needs, and maintaining accessibility as well as affordability. Madam President, as well as colleagues, I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Debate or discussion? Debate or discussion on this item? Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. I. Anderson. Bates. I. Bell. I. Berryhill. I. Block. I. Canella. I. De Leon.
Aye.
I. Fuller. Gaines. I. Galgiani. I. Hall. I. Hancock. I. Hernandez. I. Hertzberg. I. Hill. I. Hueso. I. Huff. I. Jackson. I. Lada. I. Leno. I. Leba. I. Liu. I. McGuire. I. Mendoza. I. Mitchell. I. Monning. I. Morrell. I. Wynn. I. Nilsson. Pan. I. Pavley. Roth. I. Stone. I. Vidak. I. Wykowski. I. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Please call the absent members.
Fuller, aye. Nilsson, aye. Anderson, Pavley.
Ayes 35, no 0. Those appointments are confirmed. File item 2, Senator De Leon.
Lastly, Madam President, as well as colleagues, Mr. Patrick Henning, he was heard in Rules Committee as well, passed on a 5-0 vote, a bipartisan vote, no opposition. Mr. Patrick Henning, his previous work was at the California Labor the Workforce Development Agency, the California State Council of Labor's, as well as most recently in the office of Governor Brown as his appointments secretary. This appointment is for the Director of the Employment Development Department, EDD. Very good questions on both sides of the aisle with regards to the backlogs, customer service directly to those individuals who have lost their jobs. I think we were very satisfied with his questions. He has a tough job, no doubt about it, but we think that Patrick Henning is up to the task. Madam President, I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Senator De Leon. Debate or discussion? Senator Stone.
Thank you, Madam President. I think one of the finest rewards that we can give anyone coming before us for an appointment is validating their reappointment. And I know that Mr. Henning has been a very important contributor at EDD, which, as you know, has been backlogged with a lot of claims. Mr. Henning has done an outstanding job of reducing those claims, and so I stand humbly before you today to support this appointment.
Thank you, Senator Stone. Any further debate or discussion? Senator Nielsen.
And gentlemen of the Senate, I rise in support of Mr. Henning as well. I've knew his father for many, many years, and he and Patrick and I don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. But I'll say this for both of them, they're very fair-minded people, and Patrick has worked very hard. Senator Stone is right, and Senator De Leon, that this man has worked in a fair manner to help straighten out a troubled agency. He is very worthy of our support, and I'm glad to speak in support.
Thank you, Senator Nielsen. Senator De Leon, do you wish to close?
Thank you, Madam President. Again, I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Senator De Leon. All debate having ceased, is there any objection to substituting a unanimous roll call? Seeing and hearing none, ayes 35, no 0. That appointment is confirmed. That completes consideration of the daily file. Colleagues, we are back to motions and resolutions. This is the time to adjourn in memory. Do we have any adjourn in memories? We do. We'll start with Senator Wieckowski, Senator Pan, and then Senator Hancock.
Colleagues, I'd like to adjourn in the memory of Don Dillon Sr. Probably you haven't heard of him. He was one of the founders of the city of Fremont. If anybody has a dwarf citrus tree, the Four Winds growers in Fremont, California invented them, he and his father, so we have them to thank for that. He was one of those titans in our little municipality, and they have a club that used to take kites to Lake Elizabeth, which was a big lake in Fremont. If you read The Kite Runner, they talk about going there as a kids. They were the original ones that did that. So he liked to be known as formerly Honorable Mayor of Fremont, Don Dillon. I'd like to adjourn in his memory.
Thank you very much, and please extend our condolences to his family. Senator Pan.
Thank you, Madam President. Members, today I rise to adjourn in memory of Professor Michael Hunter. Michael Hunter passed away on February 11, 2015 at Kaiser Hospital after a 2-year battle with ALS. He was 66 years old. He was born on Thanksgiving Day in 1948 in Sacramento. He loved baseball, playing drums, and going to the movies, interests which stayed with him until he grew to an adult with a passion for film and theater. He received his AA degree from Sierra College, a BA from CSU Sacramento, as well as a Master in Fine Arts from UC Davis. And for 40 years, he was a full-time professor at Sierra College in Rockland, where his passion for theater and film inspired thousands of students, many of whom are working in the profession today. He has directed countless plays and musicals at the college, and elsewhere is highly regarded as a local theatrical, in the local theatrical community as both a director and actor. As a theater director, he created interesting, compelling theater while passing on his wisdom and passion for the art. Every actor who performed in one of his productions remembered it forever. As a respected actor in the Sacramento area, he could portray a role with elegance and finesse. Having him on one stage elevated the quality of the whole production. And it was as film educator that he taught so many people the fundamentals of critical thinking, which are so missing in much of education today. He was also a member of the National Guard, as well as IATSE, Stagehands Union Local 50. Michael was a beloved husband, father, and grandfather. His relationship with his lovely wife, Laura, was admired by all who knew them, and their generosity and kindness to their friends and family knew no bounds. Professor Hunter's legacy reaches far and wide as his family, students, employees, and colleagues have gone on to their careers and lives, carrying his lessons of kindness, grace, thoughtfulness, and courage. I respectfully ask that we adjourn his memory. Thank you.
Please extend our condolences to the Hunter family and make sure that you presented that to the desk so it can be properly memorialized. Thank you, Dr. Pan. Senator Hancock.
Thank you very much, Madam President. I rise today to adjourn in memory of Lee Marsh, an organizer, businessman, and community leader who died on March 7th at the age of 96 in Berkeley. Lee was born in Brooklyn to Russian Jewish immigrant parents, had 2 sisters and a brother, won a Regents full scholarship to Cornell University, where he became the National Director for Youth for American Democracy. His organizing included cross-country hitchhiking with Pete Seeger and meeting with Eleanor Roosevelt as part of her quest to know what youth were thinking back in the 1930s. He was drafted into the Army in October 1941 and was sent to Massachusetts Institute of Technology to study radar. His work resulted to significant breakthroughs in improving radar, improving the ability of a pilot to avoid enemy fire, and saved hundreds of lives. For this work, he was awarded the Bronze Star. After the war, he met and married Dorothy Barron, who was to become his lifelong companion. The couple was very involved in progressive politics and civil rights. They moved to Detroit to work in the auto plants with the UAW, and while in Detroit, their daughters, Julie and Robin, were born. Lee learned to be an electrician, and Dorothy pursued a master's in social work. I got to know the family when they first moved to Berkeley in the 1960s. Lee founded Marsh Electric, one of the most successful electrical contracting companies in our region, and a pro-union shop. Lee Marsh became a Bay Area leader in desegregating trade unions and developing opportunities for minority contractors. Strange to think back now that there was a time when a person of color or a minority contractor really had a very difficult time making a living in this state. Lee was one of the barrier busters for that. He also founded and was the first president of the Jewish Community Center of the East Bay in the early 1980s. He served on the Berkeley Waterfront and City of Berkeley Planning Commissions. He was an avid tennis player. He stayed healthy right up to the middle of his 90s with his motto, moderation in all things, including moderation. He is survived by his wife, Dorothy, his daughters, Julie and Robin, granddaughters, Lily and Michelle, Rebecca and Roxanne. I have always revered Lee Marsh because of his pioneering work, breaking barriers, showing that you can be a successful businessman and have a social conscience, and you can help others in your community while you do very well yourself. As his daughter Robin said to me when we talked last night, Lee Marsh, a life well lived. I say, I hope the legislature will join me in adjourning in memory of this very wonderful man.
Thank you, Senator Hancock, and please extend the condolences of this House and the appreciation for Mr. Marsh's life to his family. Senator Mitchell.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for announcements.
Well, let's see. Are there any more adjourn in the memories? No more adjourn in the memories. If there are announcements, Senator Mitchell, please proceed.
Thank you very much. Wanted to announce that Subcommittee 3, Budget, Health, and Human Services, will convene at 10 o'clock in hearing room 4203.
10 a.m. in 4203. Senator Wolk.
I'd like to announce that Budget Sub 2 and Environmental Quality will conduct an oversight hearing beginning at 10 o'clock in room 112 to be followed by the Budget Sub 2 committee meeting.
Thank you very much. Senator Hancock.
For purposes of announcement, Budget Sub 5 will meet at 9:45 in room 113.
Thank you very much. Senator Block.
Thank you, Madam President. Budget Sub 1 will meet in 3191 at 9:45.
Thank you very much. Senator Roth.
Thank you, Madam President. For purposes of announcement,
Without objection.
Budget Subcommittee 4, State Administration and General Government, will meet in room 2040 at 9:45.
Any other announcements? Any other matters? Seeing and hearing none. If there is no other business, Senator De Leon, the desk is clear.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to recognize the chairs of the subcommittees because I know they'll be working for many, many hours today in the meeting. So I want to recognize their hard work today. To all our colleagues, have a wonderful next few days. I know will be productive in your respective districts. We will reconvene on this Senate floor on Monday, not at 2 o'clock, but at 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock, so you can make arrangements. 12 o'clock, we have a special event on Monday, and many former colleagues who were part of this Senate floor will be arriving. A nice ceremony at 12 o'clock. So again, 12 o'clock Monday, we will reconvene.
Thank you, Senator De Leon. The Senate will be in recess until 3:30, at which time the adjournment motion will be made. Again, colleagues, we will reconvene Monday at noon. Monday at noon. Senator Bates, no. All right. Again, Monday, see you all here at noon. Have a great weekend. We are adjourned.